In Proverbs 14 verse 20, he said, the poor is hated even of his own neighbor, but the rich had many friends. Proverbs 28 and verse 21, he said, to have respect of a person is not good, for a piece of bread that man will transgress. A piece of bread man will transgress. Mercies of God. God have used me to raise sons in this kingdom. Not where 100 sons are. But sir, I come to understand that where benefits stop, rebellion starts. Where benefits stop, rebellion starts. When I mean pastors, I'm not referring to the associates. I'm referring to the ones I feel they have grown. Or let me not use the word grow because all of them are growing. Let me use the ones I have entrusted a part of this vision to. They were passing me. I was naked. I covered my body like this. I will see this one and say, Papa, you're naked. They will put in effort as if they are going to bring something to cover me. I'm saying this, if not the third time. None of them could give me clothes to cover. Except one person. When the person got to me, he said, Papa, you are like this? I said, yes, but other pastors are looking for a way to give me clothes. He said, no. Why? He tore his own trouser into two. Gave me one to cover. Then I said, but your own is small. Part of your private is showing. He said, what is the meaning of that? Papa, let us go. When I woke up, sir, first decision I took was that there will be no father's visits. The true test of loyalty is seen when you stop the benefits. That is when you will know those. I said, no father's visit. By the grace of God, if I go for father's visit, I know what my branch pastors gain. They are here. Ask them. Where's Bishop Ray? Where's Senior Pastor Cordelia? Where's Senior Pastor Cordelia? Where's Bishop Ray? If I go for father's visit, I put my life just to make sure they grow. No pastor, whether present or absent, is not aware that every crusade I do, every program I do in any of the branches, I don't take a penny from that branch. And the money comes in hundreds of thousands. If I come for father's visit, whatever comes out as, how they call it, proceed, as seed in the ministry, what do I do with that money? Do I take money? Have any branches put me in hotel or pay my food? Only me will pay for my hotel for the 3 days. I'll be there. I will feed myself. I will buy my fuel. Take care of myself. Then whatever is the proceed, I leave it with the church and the branch pastor. I come back empty. I'm doing this because I have too much money. Many years ago when I was a branch pastor in Port Harcourt, I saw hell. Met a church, 50 members. Grow the church to 2,000 members. I've taken mama to that church. I've taken some pastors to that church. They saw the magnificency of that church. They shouted. 2,000 capacity. Commissioners. But yet, I was in hell. I went to the altar one of those days and I said, Father, if you make me a general overseer, any pastor me will enjoy. That's the covenant I entered with God. And God through you brought that prayer to pass. And I said to myself, that thing I said on the altar, I will fulfill it. And that's exactly what I'm doing. But I realize that the heart of man, just as the Bible describes it, is desperately wicked. Any pastor that will not see Christ Freedom Embassy as a branch of heaven is not worth or fit to be here. Any pastor that sees Christ Freedom Embassy as my investment should not be around. Because they see it, if they see it as my investment, they will think of going to start their own investment too. Because what I see pastors these days do, they are taking church to be an investment. As a business center. And so they feel that if they are working for you, maybe they are under a pastor under you, they are building you. They are building your church. One day when you grow, your son will take over. Sons take over if they can match the shoe. I've told my son several times, have I not said it here? I've said it to his face. That I'm general overseer does not mean you start raising ego. If my father died, die go where? And I've told him that I die is not a criteria you be general overseer. Who the cap fits, neither they give. So if you mash my shoe, it is the church committee that will say, no, the son mash the shoe. Other pastors will queue and say, take it off. So I made a prayer and I said, if I am naked, if I was naked in the dream, and pastors could not cover me except one, then Father, whoever sees CFEM as my investment is not what, is not fit to be here. And God answered the prayers. And I realized that my stress started reducing. Some of them saw me, they see me as a ladder to climb. If we cannot kill him to take the church, we cannot frustrate him to take over the church, then let's draw him closer to ourselves and use him as a ladder. Because they discover that if I come to them, come to their church, what they couldn't achieve for 1 year, they achieve it within 2 days. So because of that, let's use Bishop Festus as a rag to clean the whole house, as a broom to sweep, then put him at the corner of the house. So we made a prayer and said such persons are not fit to be here. And to the glory of God, sir, God is answering the prayers. God, is it not the pastor who sent Hayasasi here to kill me? The same person I picked up. On Sunday here, I dismissed Aaron, Pastor Aaron. And some persons want to start thinking funny. No. For somebody I picked from nowhere, stayed in my house, prayed for him until God healed him. That boy killed more than 100 persons. Evidence with evidence. He's a warrior. He has drank blood. He hardly sleep when he came. Because the blood of those he has killed. He hears voices. Sometimes he'll come to tap our room and say, I can't sleep. His eyes were red. And we pleaded for mercy for 2 years. Until the souls of those people he killed were able to sleep. Be able to rest. And God said, now you will do my work. For such a person, who is he supposed to attach his life to? As long as this life is concerned. He's supposed to attach his life. In fact, his son's name is supposed to be my name. They're not the altar at the top. I feel like I say at the post. Let me use what the word. He's supposed to bury his navel. He's supposed to hate what I hate. He's supposed to fight what I fight. He's supposed to resist what fights me. But instead, he goes to mountain with them. He holds meeting with them. He stays with them. Will I allow such a person come around me? I thank God Almighty so much that God picked me on time. There are some injustices I will not tolerate. There are some human beings I will never tolerate. So God is answering our prayers in this church. And the prayer you're also praying. And sometimes, many times I will hear you pray. Anything that will harm me, God should not allow it. Sir, these pastors, some of them. And some of these branches they live, if we tell you the havoc they committed in those branches, you would like to intercede. You know how to intercede. You would like to intercede for them. If we go, hear the havoc some of them committed there. There's a particular branch a pastor left. When we went to recover the branch, the people said they're not coming to church again because the pastor gave them dates. God is sending money to their account. And based on that, all the money they have in their account, he asked them to empty it and gave them dates. So the people emptied the whole money. He used the money to go and start his own church, buy instrument, classic instruments that he couldn't buy while he was in CFEM. Bought classic instruments, built temperance structure, start his church. Very far from here. So that some of the people will not even know where he went. When we went to recover the branch, we couldn't find one person. Said, this big branch, what's the problem? We went into them. They said they are waiting for the date. Sir, they told us the date. So all of us started waiting. They waited till that date, no money came into their account. So they decided they will not come to church. As I'm talking to you now, they are going through a process of reassurance and renewal again. So them leaving this church is God taking my stress away. The first set of pastors were there in this church, Acts in history. I called all of them. I dismissed them. Just for me to be on the mountain, they started their church. The mountain for 3 days, but the Lord said I should add another 1 week. And I didn't come back. I gave them the church. So before I came, they almost God. So, brethren, what our father said is nothing but the truth. But for the members, sir, I can boldly beat my hand on my chest. They are intact. And you can see the camp. The camp program we started like a wind and fire camping. We started like a joke that day at Ugeli. How many of you were there? Let me see your hand up. Mommy Lambo, you did. Just move it. You did before you travel. Whoa. 20. You be usher that time. I remember. She was Beatrice that time. And she would tell me, Mommy, you did that day? You did? Let me see. You. No, you be on mama that time. You be antelope. You na rat that time. You did like this. Who they raise hand? No, they suck breast that time now. Where people they say, no, raise your hand again. That time you did like rat. I say you did. Who again? All the people that were there, please stand up. All the people that were there. First camp. You know they say your mama belay that time. You don't burn, you carry for hand. You don't burn at that time. Mama, you did that time. Who again? See people they stand up. See this one. This one say they stand up. Daddy, this one, this I go now say she did. Antelope, they like rats. Who again there? Mommy on a day. You did too. Where's Mommy Ken? So how many of you? Let me see. You did too, Atisi. Whoa. Atisi big that time. Atisi don't get it that time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everyone on our day, the first camp. Bishop Day. I don't say Bishop Day. You see this work Bishop has been doing? He has been doing it from the first day of the camp. You don't tell him he knows his work. They do like when the people saw him, they started walking. It's when they see me, they walk. Come, anytime we are having camp, just come. You see Bishop Ray. He knows his work. Whether I'm there or not. Who else was there? Let me see you again. So Bishop Ray 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who stand up for them? Go and ask your mother whether they don't born you that time. That lie. That lie. How many that don't count before? You don't born this